last week. I was out, so I'm really excited to be back. As you know, we meet every Sunday at 9 a.m. US Eastern. So definitely check your local time so that you can attend the class both live as well as on the Facebook Live. As we meet every Sunday and we discuss about Hindi language. For folks who are joining, new, the class is structured into 4 different segments. And pretty much each segment lasts for 15 minutes. So in the first segment, we cover the grammar part. In the second, we cover vocabulary. In the third, it's basically a small essay or a story using the concepts, grammar as well as the vocabulary. We write a story, okay, and then each of you are basically forced to think in Hindi and also to apply the concepts that we learned. So that way, you are trying to see the different pieces of the story, and which is written in the Romanagri, but it will be Hindi basically, right? So you're forced to think in Hindi. And the fourth section is your part, where you have to speak some sentences in Hindi using the grammar section that we cover. Okay. I may need a confirmation from some of you to make sure that the Facebook Live is fine and the audio is correct. So really appreciate if you can give me a thumbs up, if everything is coming clearly on the Facebook Live. So all right, so let's get started. We'll start with the grammar part in the first segment. Okay. So as you know, we are still going over the compound postposition, right? So we've covered so far many compound postpositions, such as like near, far, inside, outside, right? So we have covered all of them. In this class, we're going to cover 3 more postpositions, compound postpositions, and pretty powerful. And you will really see the impact of these, when you make sentences. The first one is like. The second one is towards. And the third one is in place of or instead of. Okay. So far, if you remember, all the compound postposition when we're using with the postposition, they start with just 1 minute so I can, So usually they start with like, ke andar, se bahar, like shehar se bahar, or box ke andar, right? All of them are either ke or se. In this class, the 3 postpositions that I have, they starts with ki, right? So like. So when I say like, it doesn't mean that, there are 2 types of like. One is like when you like someone. Right? This one is pretty much like, something is, give me just 1 minute so I can, mute some of the background noise. So this one is like ki tarah, right? So, for example, your voice is someone like someone's, right? It's like aapki awaaj, uski tarah hai. We will cover the example, but so bear with me right now. The first one is ki tarah. Towards is ki aur, and the third one is in place of ki jagah. So we'll try to spend like good amount of time learning about these, compound postposition with examples. Okay, so let's start with ki tarah, and then I'll give you some examples also for that. Okay, so the first one is ki tarah. So what if I add, main is a pronoun, which is I. Okay, when you add ki tarah, so some of you who are advanced, you tell me what the output would be, or think about it, like it will be meri tarah. Meri tarah. Meri tarah, it means like me. like me. Okay. So think about an example when you're saying, like you're talking to someone and you're telling them, your thoughts are just like me. Okay. So think about the sentence, your thoughts or ideas are just like me. It's a complex sentence, so I'll break it down for you. So don't worry about I mean, if you definitely attempt it, if you want to do that, but I'll help you out. So you're telling the person your thoughts slash ideas are just like me. So like me, as you know, would be मेरी तरह है. Your thoughts, आपके. Either you can say, if you want to, if you don't know the vocabulary word, either you can say आपके ideas. You can use the English, or you can say आपके विचार. विचार is a Hindi word for ideas. आपके विचार मेरी तरह है. Okay. आपके विचार मेरी तरह है. You can put just here. आपके विचार एकदम मेरी तरह है. Okay. आपके विचार एकदम मेरी तरह है. Okay. Let's give some more, examples to it. So similarly, like me, as you know, it's मेरी तरह. What about like you? Like he, the boy looks just like you. Think about that scenario. Like you, like us, and like them. So I'm going to give you a small quiz. So think about the Hindi equivalent to like you, like us, and like them. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to just take a quick round to make sure everything is. Can someone confirm that the audio is perfect on Facebook Live? Okay. All right. So, Liz, can you hear the audio on the Facebook side? Okay. No worries if you cannot. I just want to make sure that the audio is coming. Oh, perfect. Okay. So the first one is like you, right? So when you say, so like me is मेरी तरह, like you is आपकी तरह. So when a sentence is like the boy looks like you can really use it. वह लड़का आपकी तरह लगता है. Right? Like us is हमारी तरह. हमारी तरह. And like them, which is उनकी तरह. उनकी तरह. So you can think about it. You can pretty much take any pronoun and try to use this particular postposition along with that pronoun. Okay. So okay. So let me give you another small quiz. Right. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially Hindi learners, they like Bollywood movies. Right. I mean, when it comes to Bollywood movies, everyone pretty much likes Shah Rukh Khan. Right. So I thought of like putting a quiz around that only. Right. I mean, so his acting is like Shah Rukh Khan. And Shah Rukh Khan, as most of you know, is a very famous, Bollywood actor. Nobody can perform. People believe nobody can perform like him. But just for the sake of the exercise, these exercises, like his acting is like Shah Rukh Khan. So his is think about someone, right? I mean, um, so you can, for the sake of example, you can say he, and then like ki tarah hai. So he is वह. I'm not going to give you any further hint. So take your time and try to translate this sentence into Hindi. First, try with this one, like Shah Rukh Khan, and then rest of the sentence should be simple for you. So I'll try to be a little bit louder, Jason, so you can hear me. So I'll try to be a little bit louder. So here the exercise is you have to translate the sentence. His acting is like Shah Rukh Khan into Hindi. Okay. Acting, you can just use acting as it is. Don't worry about the Hindi, you know. Right. So let's get started. So it's rather simple. When you say his acting, his is nothing but here basically using वह with a post position, right? So वह plus की तरह is उसकी acting. That's it. उसकी acting, his acting, right? उसकी shirt, his shirt. Okay. उसकी sister, right? उसकी school. Simple, right? His school, his sister, his bike, his car. Uski. Remember that, right? Now, second part is other straightforward, like Shah Rukh Khan. So your short form of Shah Rukh Khan is like uski acting Shah Rukh Khan SRK की तरह है, right? उसकी acting SRK की तरह है. Or you can say another sentence would be उसकी आवाज or singing. उसकी आवाज मडोना की तरह है. I hope it is making sense. Let me know if there are questions and I can clarify those. But whole point is like of using ki tarah should be when you're trying to compare or when you're trying to say that okay the guy appears like someone or sings like someone or looks like someone. Okay. Let's jump to the next one, which is towards. Next compound postposition is towards. So next one, towards, right? So ki or, right? So imagine that you're walking and you're walking towards me, right? So the sentence, simple sentence in English would be he or she is walking towards me, right? So when you say towards me, the Hindi sentence would be, as you know, मेरी और, okay, towards you. And these building blocks will really help you whenever you're writing a short Hindi story, right? So towards you is आपकी और. And informal way of saying is towards you is like तेरी और, right? For those of you who are interested in like or fan of Hindi songs, it's a very famous song, Teri Aur. You can YouTube it and you'll find that it'll show up basically, right? Pretty much the girl is saying that I'm attracted towards you, right? Or I'm coming towards you. So that's Teri Aur, right? Towards us. Towards us is हमारी और. Okay, so let's give more examples of towards. So what about if it is towards Florida, right? So it's basically Florida की और Florida की और, right? So think about anything. It doesn't have to be a pronoun. It can be a name of the place as well. Towards. So now let's discuss um, a complex sentence using towards. So let's say the sentence is a hurricane is coming towards Florida. Simple, right? So I will say start with this part first. Break it down. Okay. Don't worry about the Hindi word for hurricane. Hurricane is coming. It's basically present continuous. Coming, to come is ana. Okay, so it should be rather simple for you. So break it down and then tell me the Hindi equivalent of this sentence. Perfect. FL की ओर, Florida की ओर. Very good. I'm just checking the Facebook live sentences. Ria, you're completely right. उसकी acting SRK की तरह है. Okay, so think about it. This is present continuous. So whenever we say present continuous, it's something is happening right now. So रहा है, रही है, रहे हैं, right? The verb pretty good, right? I mean, so pretty good. So this sentence would be एक is एक hurricane. Now you say Florida की और, and the verb is come, which is आना, right? So की और आ रहा है. A hurricane is coming towards Florida. एक hurricane Florida की ओर आ रहा है. So I think most of you pretty much understood this, part. So you're right about that, Kevin. Hurricane is tufan, right? So for those of you, tufan, it's Chakravarti tufan, but for simplicity you can say tufan. Okay. I mean, I think it's pretty important, especially when you're writing short story and you want to kind of give flavors to your story. Even in English and other languages, you will see it being used pretty, commonly. That So and I'm gonna write it, and you'll know what I mean by that. So let's take the third one, the third compound postposition that I have, key in place of. Okay. So when I say in place of, की जगह, the literal meaning is जगह, but we're using it with the a postposition, की जगह है, right? So for example, hypothetically, think about it like one day I'm not teaching the Hindi class, and if I send my substitute to teach the Hindi class, right? I'm gonna say someone else will be teaching in place of me, right? In place of. In place of me, right? So that basically means मेरी जगह है. मेरी जगह है. So let's say I'm saying, Liz will be, teaching in place of me for that particular Sunday. So I'm gonna, the sentence is मेरी जगह lives, and I say will teach, so that's future indefinite, right? So to teach is padhana. To learn or to study is padhna, but to teach someone is padhana. So in future indefinite, मेरी जगह lives पढ़ाएगी. Okay, so मेरी जगह Liz पढ़ाएगी. Or let's say, you know, in a singing competition, right? I mean, if you know, you can say मेरी जगह, let's say Sarah गाएगी. So it's a similar thing. Like, let's say you're supposed to, you know, sing at a particular ceremony, and you know, you have a bad throat and you're looking for a substitute, right? And you found Sarah. So you're just telling them that, you know, instead of you or in place of you, Sarah will be, you know, performing, or she will be singing. And let's say you're supposed to attend a party, but you don't have any time, right? Or even in your office, you have to attend a meeting, and you have to send a substitute. So you can say मेरी जगह Jason meeting join करेगा. Okay, meeting join करेगा. So the question is, where is key? Okay, so it's basically embedded in Mary. Remember, when you say Mary or, there is no key in there, right? It's basically मैं, which is I, and with मैं you are saying key or. That means Mary or. Similarly, same thing here, right? मेरी जगह. So it's Mary is nothing but a pronoun which is मैं plus key or. Right? When I say, you know, my mom, right? I mean, there's a, you know, pretty my pretty much means, you know, Mary, which is, there's a key in that, right? So Mary mummy or Mary ma, right? So that's, I hope that clarifies it. Yes. Acha. Pretty well, right? So let me see if there are any questions on the Facebook side. Okay. Okay. So let's have a small quiz here to see whether, you know, this concept of, you know, in place of makes sense or not. They, so help me here. So they awarded. Let me see if I can come up with a little bit relevant example here. They give. I'm making a difficult sentence now. They give award. They, so the sentence is like in Britain's Got Talent, they awarded again, I don't follow it, I'm just trying to make a sentence. They awarded let's say John in place of or instead of Jason. I just made it up, okay? So bear with me. Your task is to translate the sentence into Hindi. Okay, they awarded. So think about award. Don't worry about the Hindi word for it. Just say, just use the English word, award. Okay. So if you're a beginner, just worry about the last part. Don't worry about the rest of the sentence. John in place of Jason. Okay, pretty good, right? So the first one is in place of Jason. Jason की जगह है. So both of them were pretty, let's say hypothetically, both of them were amazing, Jason as well as John. But like, the judges decided that they want to, John was better, right? And they awarded is past indefinite. And so if I were you, I'll start with this one to break it down. And second segment will be this one, and the third one will be, or rather, like, second will be this one, in Britain Got Talent, and the third one will be this one. So in Britain Got Talent would be Britain Got Talent May, because there's a postposition in, right? So in Delhi May, in my city, मेरे शहर में, in London May. Right? So in Britain's Got Talent, it's Britain's Got Talent May. Okay. They awarded. They is उन्होंने, because it's past indefinite, so it's basically they, which is वे plus ने, right? Because it's a transitive verb. उन्होंने जेसन की जगह, instead of उन्होंने you can say judges ने, that's fine too. उन्होंने जेसन की जगह जॉन को अवार्ड दिया. Okay, I'll repeat it again so that all of you can see it. उन्होंने, which is basically you're referring to they or judges. Okay, judges ने Jason की जगह, instead of Jason or in place of Jason, John को, to John, award दिया. Okay, it's a complex sentence, but I hope it clarifies your doubts. Pretty good actually, you Carolina, that you mentioned Jason की जगह John. So I hope this was these three are a little bit, they are not usually commonly covered. So I hope they make sense. We'll try to bring all of them together as we go through the story. So let's jump to the second section of this class, which is the vocabulary part. I hope you were able to write it. So let's do the vocabulary part, which is the second part. Okay, so I'm going to give you in three sections. First one is hon ha. Don't worry if you've not heard of it. If you've heard of it, just write it down. Nothing but hon ha. The second one is ekdam. So you've probably heard of a lot of people saying, Hindi speakers saying ekdam sahi or ekdam badhiya, right? So think about it, what it could mean. Third one I have is abhyas. So it's a half bh yas. Abhyas. And fourth one is awaz. Awaz. Okay. So take your time. I mean, I'm gonna go over the what all of them they mean, but I'm gonna just, I thought of I don't like quiz you for that itself. So if you've heard of any of them, give it a try. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you what each of them they mean. I think the last one should be pretty familiar for to the most of you. That's my guess. Okay, so let's go over each of those. So Honar is basically talented. Talented. Okay. Ekdam is absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So when you're saying, a lot of time you will see Hindi speakers saying, "मैं एकदम बढ़िया हूँ." Like when someone is asking you, "How are you?" Sometimes you say, "अच्छा हूँ" or "ठीक हूँ." Some people say, "एकदम बढ़िया." बढ़िया is good, right? So एकदम बढ़िया is like I'm absolutely good, right? So एकदम, it's pretty commonly used. एकदम. Abhyas is practice. Okay. Awaz is your voice. Like when you sing, it's basically your, the voice, awaz. Okay. So let's do the second section of vocabulary. So write it down. They will help you, in the when I write a short story. I have Rosanna, Rosanna, music. Sorry, not music. I'm just gonna write. I was thinking of Sangeet. Usually I write the English first, but this time I think I thought of this. I decided to kind of write the Hindi thing first, so you can think about what the English equivalent would be. Sangeet, Sangeetkar, Sangeetkar, and then experience. Sorry, again I'm Anubhav basically. Anubhav, and then the last one I have here is um, Rujhan. And that's kind of like a Urdu word, rujan or ruchi. Okay, and I'm going to write down the English equivalent to all these vocabulary words. So Rosanna is nothing but daily or every day. Okay, Sangeet is music. Sangeetkar, it's basically musician. You see the pattern here, right? The suffix here is kar. So you'll see a lot of the Hindi words, they're ending with kar. That means it may be an adjective, right? Geet kar, geet is a song itself, right? So when you say geet kar, someone who writes the song, right? Kalakar is a performer, someone who performs, generic word for it, right? So anything that's ending with kar, right? It's basically the person who does it, right? Same thing in English, right? I mean, music is music, and it's ending with IAN, musician, right? I mean, or physician, right? I mean, so you can tell, right, that it's the suffix is IAN. Similarly, in Hindi, it's car, and we can do a separate like a small exercise on that, so that way it's like pretty clear. But while we are here, Anubhav is experience. Anubhav is experience. When you say Anubhavi, that means like someone who is experienced. Um, Ruchi is, or Rujan is interest. interest. Yeah. All right. So I hope so write it down. I hope you were able to write it down. Now, when I write a small story, you know, you will really see these words, in that particular story. So right now it may be looking a little bit abstract, but when you read the story, you will be really forced to make sense of that. Okay. So let's basically it's a story time now. This third section, which is the most important part, right? Where you're building all the things are coming together, right? Storytelling. So you may see some part of the grammar that we learned, which is like towards and in place of ki tarah, ki aur, and ki jagah hai. Okay, and I'll try to fit everything together in the whiteboard. So if it is very small, let me know, and I'll try to read slowly, and then try to read fast after that. So यह कहानी यह कहानी एक होनहार यह कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है. Okay, read it with me while I'm writing it. Okay, यह कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है. As I repeat again and again, your objective is to read the entire story and tell me what it is, right? I mean, because everything will be in Hindi, right? लड़के लड़के का रुझान गाने की ओर था. लड़के का रुझान और लड़के की रुचि सिंगिंग की ओर थी. ओके, लड़के की आवाज लड़के की आवाज एक्सपीरियंस्ड और अनुभवी सिंगर्स की तरह थी. Let me read it again if it is small. लड़के की आवाज एक्सपीरियंस सिंगर की तरह थी. ओके, लड़का अपने दोस्तों की तरह टाइम खराब नहीं करता था. लॉन्ग सेंटेंस बट रीड इट अगेन विथ मी. लड़का अपने दोस्तों की तरह टाइम खराब नहीं करता था और समय खराब नहीं करता था. लड़का रोजाना संगीत का अभ्यास करता था. I hope most of you are still with me. Okay, don't worry if it is too difficult. Try to read it again. Okay, I want to make sure all of you can follow it. Let me see if there are questions. Okay, So read it with me again. So far we have this story. Okay, यह कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है. लड़के का रुझान गाने की ओर था. लड़के की आवाज एक्सपीरियंस सिंगर की तरह थी. You can tell I'm putting all the compound postposition in between. की और की तरह. ओके, लड़का अपने दोस्तों की तरह टाइम खराब नहीं करता था. दोस्तों की तरह. ओके, लड़का रोजाना संगीत का अभ्यास करता था. सो फार सो गुड. ओके, एक दिन एक दिन लड़का बाजार में Let me try to read. एक दिन लड़का बाजार में हियर इट्स बेसिकली करता था. एक दिन लड़का बाजार में गा रहा था. एक दिन लड़का बाजार में गा रहा था. सबको सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई. एक दिन लड़का बाजार में गा रहा था. सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई. ओके, सबको उसकी. So I think the story will go a bit bigger, so my apologies, but try to follow it. सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई. वहां वहां एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड और वहां एक म्यूजिशियन भी था. वहां एक म्यूजिशियन भी था. ओके, I'm thinking what to do. ओके, वहां एक म्यूजिशियन भी था. उसने लड़के के टैलेंट को पहचाना. Pehchana is to recognize. Okay, so why don't we do it till here, and then there are only 2 lines remaining in the story. Okay, but I don't want to erase anything now, so I want to first read everything very slowly, and I want you to read everything slowly with me again and again till things start fitting into your head. Okay, it's a big story. Read it with me. यह कहानी, and please folks who are watching live on Facebook also, please read it with me, and that's how you will develop the Hindi reading as well as like listening skills. यह कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है. लड़के का रुझान गाने की ओर था. लड़के की आवाज एक्सपीरियंस सिंगर की तरह थी और एक्सपीरियंस सिंगर्स की तरह थी. लड़का अपने दोस्तों की तरह टाइम खराब नहीं करता था और लड़का रोजाना संगीत का अभ्यास करता था. एक दिन लड़का बाजार में गा रहा था. सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई. वहां एक म्यूजिशियन भी था. उसने लड़के के टैलेंट को पहचाना. Okay, so let's see. We'll start with very beginning, and I'll volunteer some of you to help me. What's going on here? So let's start with Liz. Liz, you can unmute yourself.
Right?
Okay. Start with the first three lines. यह कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है. And folks who are watching live on Facebook, you can also follow along and tell me what it means. Try it, no negative marking. And if anything is not clear in the sentence, tell me which one. Let me see, you're unmuted or not. No, I think you're muted, Liz. We cannot hear you.
Sorry. Is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah, much better.
Okay. ये कहानी एक होनहार लड़के की है.
Uh-huh.
The story is about a talented boy.
Perfect, right? Perfect. This story is of a talented boy. Kahani is a story. Honhar is a talented. Okay. Second sentence. लड़के का रुझान गाने की ओर था.
The boy was singing daily.
No. So that's you're jumping ahead. लड़के
Oh,
का
sorry.
रुझान interest गाने की ओर. लड़के का okay what
Interest.
yeah
Yeah. I put Razan as daily. Sorry.
okay no worries. So लड़के का रुझान गाने की ओर.
His interest.
Yeah.
His interest was singing daily. Was
Oh,
singing.
his interest was towards singing. लड़के का रुझान गाने की
Ah,
ओर. Like if I say गाने की or towards singing or नाचने की or towards dancing, right?
okay.
So, yeah, I mean, simple sentence would be that he was interested in singing, but I wanted to fit ki or, right? So that's why it's like his inclination was towards singing. Think about it this way.
Okay.
Next one.
Lucky ki avas experienced singers ki tarah thi.
Mhm.
His voice was like experienced singers.
Perfect. Very good. Perfect. So, Anyas will volunteer you now. So let me unmute you. Okay. Try it, and there's no negative marking, and I'll help you out. Okay. In case if there are any,
Okay. I just forgot what kharab is means.
Kharab is waste.
I knew, but I forgot.
No, it's okay. Kharab is waste.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay, waste. Um.
First read it and then tell us the meaning.
Okay. लड़का अपने दोस्तों की तरह टाइम खराब नहीं करता था. The boy could not waste his time like his friends.
Perfect. Instead of could not, it's because tha, karta tha. He did not. He did not waste. He did not used to waste his time, like his friends. Next one.
लड़का रोजाना संगीत का अभ्यास करता था. The boy was practicing the singing every day.
He used to practice.
To sing every day.
Yeah.
Yes, used to practice. Used to practice singing every day.
Sangeet is music.
No, music. Yeah, music. I don't know why I said singing. Okay. Right. So the boy was practicing music every day.
Perfect. Next one.
एक दिन लड़का बाजार में गा रहा था. One day the boy बाजार में क्या है?
Try it.
Wait. Bazaar is market, no?
That's right. Bazaar is market.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One day the boy sang in the market.
Ga raha tha. So
Or
continue.
was singing?
Yeah,
Was singing? No, गा रहा था. Was
perfect.
singing in the market?
Perfect. गा रहा
Yeah.
था. Basically, रहा था, right? Was singing.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
लड़का बजाने लगा. Perfect. So now I don't know, Kevin, you're joining live for the first time, I think. So let me know if you can hear my voice and if you want to give it a try.
No, मैं सुनी.
Okay, perfect. Read it and then translate it.
Okay. सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying that in the evening they was what was the was again? Sorry.
Okay, so sabko is everyone. So the boy was singing in the
Yes.
sabko. When I say sabko, everyone.
Yeah. Everyone.
Right? Pasand. Pasand.
Everyone. Oh, I see. Everyone liked his voice.
Perfect. Everyone liked his voice. सबको उसकी आवाज बहुत पसंद आई. Next one. वहाँ
वहाँ एक musician भी था. So here they, I guess, I'm just trying to figure out. The musician. No, that's not.
Give it a try. It's okay. Try. Give it a try.
Right.
वहाँ एक musician था.
Oh yes. No, I said that part already. I was just wondering what it was in English. Like the.
So यहाँ is here. वहाँ is there.
Right. Oh,
एक musician.
Oh, so it was also a musician.
Perfect. There was also a musician in the basically audience.
Right.
Okay. Next one.
उसने लड़की के talent को पहचाना. So called they. The what's called I guess. Oh, the musician.
The musician.
Right.
पहचानना to so for example when I say मैं आपके हिंदी के टैलेंट को पहचानता हूँ. Right? So to recognize.
Recognize. Okay.
Now give it a try. उसने
लड़के के talent को पहचाना. So the musician also recognized talent in the boy.
Perfect. Let me see if there are any questions on the Facebook Live. Perfect. I think people are also following on the Facebook, so I'm very happy about that. Thank Carolina. Okay, so far the story is going pretty good. There are only two parts which are missing, and I'm going to write it down now. Those two sentences. And that part I'll leave it for everyone. Okay, which is basically following this one. उसने लड़के के टैलेंट को पहचाना. उसने लड़के को म्यूजिक उसने लड़के को अपनी म्यूजिक स्कूल में भेजा. Okay, उसने, and all of you can write down this one, the last two sentences, even folks who are on Facebook Live. Carolina, please give it a try. उसने लड़के को अपनी म्यूजिक स्कूल में भेजा. लड़का बड़ा होकर लड़का बड़ा होकर बॉब मार्ली बना. I'm hoping I write correctly. लड़का बड़ा होकर बॉब मार्ली बना. Okay. Okay, so it's a complete story. You know, everyone can kind of participate. The last two sentences are like, उसने लड़के को अपनी म्यूजिक स्कूल में भेजा. लड़का बड़ा होकर बॉब मार्ली बना. So everyone can kind of write down what the last two sentences mean, because those are kind of concluding part of the story. Okay, so the last two sentences, why don't I just volunteer Liz again? So Liz, why don't you unmute yourself? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Read it and then translate it.
उसने लड़का को अपनी म्यूजिक स्कूल में भेजा.
Even if part of the sentence doesn't make sense, forget about it. Tell me the entire, like, you know, at least you should be able to make sense of the entire sentence.
The boy went to the music school.
उसने.
The boy went to his.
Perfect. So basically so you are saying is like, you know, from the boy's perspective, but the sentence is written from the musician's perspective. That वहाँ एक musician भी था, that there was a musician. Musician recognized the talent of the boy, and then musician sent the boy to his music school. You see that?
Okay. Yes, to his music school.
Okay.
Yes.
The next one, लड़का
लड़का बड़ा होकर Bob Marley बना. Is it he made music like Bob Marley?
No, he became, basically the boy is now known as a, you know, became.
He is.
Yeah, basically he grew up. He grew up with the name of.
He grew up.
Yeah, he grew up as Bob Marley, basically. So I just thought of like.
Very nice.
Okay, so basically, I hope the story makes sense to most of you now. You know, try to do it again one more time, and try to do it now in completely, like, you know, when there's no noise, you know, around you, right? I mean, so read it again, the entire story in Hindi. Read it multiple times without any, like, you know, because we really started dissecting the story towards the end, right? So you can go back, rewind the video, and just capture the entire, like, the text that we had. Okay, and when you read it, it will make a lot more sense of, and you'll be able to really, you know, not only understand the entire the story, you'll also be able to, again, like I mentioned, the 3 compound postposition which we started, like, towards, and in place of. You'll see that I tried to fit it into different places, so those will make sense as well. So we are a little over time, so I'll try to, you know, summarize everything here. So for folks who are live on Facebook, thanks so much for joining the class. No worries. I mean, I think if some of the sections of the stories are not visible, you can also watch it on the YouTube, Carolina. You know, so I'll post the link as well. So thanks everyone who are watching live on, you know, Facebook. Let's meet again next Sunday, and
thank you.
Give me 1 minute so I'll stop the broadcast here, and any questions you may have.